The Sheep Detective is directed by Kyle Balda and stars Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Hugh Jackman. Every night, a shepherd reads aloud a murder mystery, pretending his sheep can understand. When he is found dead, the sheep realize at once that it was a murder and think they know everything about how to go about solving it. I watched the trailer so many times whenever I go to the theater the past few months. Like, no matter what movie I watch, no matter what genre, there has always been, at least in my area and the theaters I went to, a Sheep Detective trailer. Mainly the very first one. And it always piqued my interest because this is a film that on paper, talking animals, in a comedy film, in a children's comedy, that's something that I probably would have really loved back when I was a kid. You know, the time when they had those Air Bud films and a lot of animals were like talking and moving their lips, or sometimes they are just saying words out of their mind somehow. Like, movies like that were popular back then. I remember G-Force. That movie was something I'll say. I don't know if I'll talk about it at some point. I don't think I will actually, but it is a movie of the ages. I'll just say that. But this is a film that I thought that we were not going to get at all anymore. I thought we were past this point of time. But the way it was shot, the way it was written too, and from what I could tell in the trailer, something about it felt different from those other films. So I plopped my ass into the theater, gave it a watch, and this movie is one of my favorite movies of this year so far. I would go ahead and put this with Obsession and Project Hail Mary as my 3 favorite movies of the year we have gotten. These films in particular reminded me why I loved going to the movie theater so much and why it is such an engrossing experience to watch a very compelling story with a very unique and creative idea that may take familiar elements that you've seen before, but it executes them in a way that feels different, unique, and focuses a lot on its characters and giving the story the emotional weight it deserves. What I really loved about this film is not just the humor. I thought the humor was great, but the story in the way it doesn't sugarcoat the theme of death and learning to move on and learning to grieve for the ones you've lost. I love how that thematic element of the story is what motivates our main character, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, throughout the course of the movie. There's this other sheep that looks over everyone else, and these two characters have the closest relationship in the entire film, and it's the one that's the most focused on. And this male sheep is often trying to steer our main character towards a different mindset that is less simple-minded than the rest of the other sheep. And that's what most of them are. They are very simple-minded. They know, or they think they know, how to solve this case, what to do, what they need to do, and they just sometimes see things sometimes the way they only like to see it. And that's also another element of the film that is often explored, is perspective. How you view things, or you choose to view things in ways that make you feel better. But sometimes that can lead to a lot more pain, a lot more hurt, and it's how you deal with it in a healthy way that helps you grow and be a better person, learn true empathy. Like, this kind of thematic storyline and the amount of layers that the film gives you wasn't anything I was expecting. But it's this theme, this core story theme, that made the whole entire film such a joy to watch. And it made for a lot of the most uplifting moments of the film to actually hit the mark emotionally, to the point where I'm not afraid to admit that I did tear up at a certain point in the film. It's like at the end of the second act, there was a huge character dynamic shift in that part of the story that really got me emotional. And the film did a good job at building these characters to get to this point. We understand where they are at this point in the story, what they are conflicted about, what they've discovered, and how this entire event unfolds just really breaks your heart. And it harkens back to what the main theme of the film is about: grief, acceptance of that grief, and learning to grow from that, learning to keep the memories of those you love close to you. And I really thought that element of the film just made the whole movie for me. And that's not to mention just the rest of the film just being as strong as the theme and the story is. The overall film, I think it is great. The way it was shot was really good. I thought the lighting, the cinematic language of the film, and how it was able to frame this mystery, how we uncover certain clues. I thought it was all done very well with the way the cinematography was done, what it chose to focus in on at certain points of the film, and what characters we are focusing on who could be possible suspects and what the motivation is. I think it was done fairly well, though there are elements of the part where who did the murder where I was like, you know what, I can kind of see where it's going. Though there are moments, especially by the end when we get the reveal, to where I genuinely was surprised and I didn't know that that was the direction the movie was going to go. But if you've seen a mystery movie ever, there are elements here to where you have seen them before and they're not new. But honestly, the film executes its ideas so well that I didn't mind a lot of these familiarities, because the movie was doing something unique. It was giving me an emotional enough story to where, yeah, these elements are similar to what I've seen before, but they're done very, very well still. But they are still done very well, and I'm still emotionally engaged with the story and these characters. And overall, the performances all across the board are all fantastic. There are actors that I didn't know were here, like Bella Ramsey or Bryan Cranston. Like, these actors all do a great job, especially the actors voicing the sheep. They are all very awesome in their roles. Like, the way the sheep all sound like is exactly how I would imagine sheep talking would sound like. It doesn't just feel like celebrity voice casting. It actually felt like casting for characters that feel authentic to who these characters are, where they are in the story, in the setting. It all feels authentic. And the town it all takes place in also feels authentic to the characters around it. The way the townsfolk is like, how they act, what their mannerisms are, their characteristics. It all feels organic. It feels like we are going into this new part of this world that feels lived in, that has a system in place, and we understand what the entire town is like. It feels like a character in its own, and we see how that character starts crumbling the more suspects we start exploring. So overall, I gotta say, I love The Sheep Detective. I'm kind of upset that it's not doing well in the box office, and I wish I would have reviewed it sooner. Just that I had a crazy 2 weeks, man, doing a lot of convention, videography, and photography. So that's why I have not been doing a lot of reviews as of late. But I really wanted to talk about The Sheep Detective and a bunch of other films that I saw. And if you haven't seen The Sheep Detectives yet, it's still in your theater. Please go out and watch it. It's really good. I really love the film. And I think if you like detective films, or if you want to bring your kid or your family to watch a movie that you can all enjoy all together, I highly recommend this one. This movie is phenomenal. I'm going to give The Sheep Detective an A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.